Coming up next, only at Fortminorproject, I will be talking about Destination X, giving my thoughts and review on this pay-per-view. Also, with that being said, you guys know what's coming up next. Roll that brand new intro, courtesy of Fortminorproject HD. Thank you, man, for it. You know I was gonna thank you for it, so you know what's coming up next. Roll it. Alright, so the first match we did have for the evening, this was a last chance qualifying match, and this one will determine who will advance on into the Ultimate X match, which is a number 1 contenders match to see who will face Austin ARIES, I'm assuming, at the next pay-per-view. And with this, in the beginning, I didn't really care about it, nor did I really know all these guys in this match, so it was whatever to me. And with this, we had Rubrix, we had Lars only in this match, Dakota and Mason Andrews, guys that I've never really seen before, and I didn't really exactly know who to go for in this match, so I was kind of at a loss. But as the match went on, I thought it was a great match, honestly, to kick things off for the pay-per-view. And with this one, Rubrix was one of those guys to really look out for, and Mason Andrews was doing a good job here, and the rest of these guys too, so it made it kind of difficult to see who I wanted to win this match, and I can kind of care less who won this one. But in the end, the wrong guy I thought won this match, and that was Mason Andrews, and I thought Rubrix should have really won this match. He really did good in this one and was a crowd favorite too, and one of my favorites in this match. But I do give props to Mason Andrews and doing his best here in this match and advancing into the Ultimate X match, and we see a fast-paced match between the two. Like I mentioned, to see who will move on to the Ultimate X match. We see great spots. We see a freaking coast-to-coast move that we don't really usually see, and the only time we did see that was when Shane McMahon did that, so we did get to see that out of Rubrix, and I thought that was pretty interesting, and that was really damn impressive to me. And we also did get to see a superplex type of powerbomb. I thought that was sick there. That was a nice spot, and like I said before, Mason Andrews does get the win here, and also getting into a match right away with Kid Cash here. You know, with this was a pretty good to good match, and Kid Cash was mainly all in this match and trying to take out Mason Andrews, but Andrews came back in this one and winning another match. So Mason Andrews in one night winning 2 matches, and now looking to hopefully win his 3rd match later on in the night. Does he exactly get that win? I will talk about that later on in this review. So it was pretty cool seeing Kid Cash. I was hoping for him to get the win, honestly, but Mason Andrews came back on top and winning 2 matches back to back, so can't really complain about that. So I thought those 2 matches were good to start things off for Destination. Then the next match, we had an advancement match with Kenny King and as well Douglas Williams, which was cool seeing Douglas Williams back in this one. Those two had a great match between the two, and with that being said, I didn't really get to talk about the whole Kenny King releasing from him being gone from Ring of Honor and having a verbal debate between him and the company, and with him recently becoming the ROH Tag Team Champions with his tag team partner, and it looks like they're not even going to be tag team champions as of right now, obviously, so it does suck on that part with him. So it looks like as of right now for his TNA career, hopefully things would do well, and I wish him the best there. And just by seeing him in that match, it was a good match, and Kenny King actually does advance into the Ultimate X match and defeating Douglas Williams there, so that was really cool. And I've seen some of his work in Ring of Honor, and from what I saw, I thought that was really cool. And now that he's in TNA, I think he's going to do a lot more better there and do big things for TNA, hopefully. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening next for Kenny King. So that was really cool seeing him win and defeating Douglas Williams. For the next match, we had Sanjay Dutt returning, taking on Rashid Cameron, if I got his name correctly. And with that being said, that was another good match here. It was really cool to see Sanjay return, and we haven't really seen him either in a while. And I know he recently came back on an episode of Impact and looking to be on the Destination X pay-per-view, which he was there, and he's been mainly wrestling in the independent scene. And now that he's back in TNA, I thought that was really cool, and these two were really having a good back and forth and as well fast-paced match. And what we did get to see here, we see the drop kick, we see the dive from the top rope here, we see the bulldog into the second turnbuckle, which was pretty crazy there. We see the crossbody as well, and the arm breaker, and as well with the foot stop, and Sanjay of course winning this match and advancing into the Ultimate X match. So far, a really good night for the X division right here in TNA, especially with those first few matches already on the card, so can't go wrong with that either. Up next, we had a return from Jesse Sorensen, and which was really cool to see Jesse Sorensen come back and show support from the fans, and thanking everyone who has supported him since him having his injury. And who could forget when he had his injury of doing that move over the top rope and not even getting up from the floor like that, and really almost having that as a career-threatening injury. But Jesse Sorensen was able to come back. He's not exactly 100% just yet, but TNA was allowing him to come out and cut a promo and thank the fans and everything, and now is looking to possibly even be world champion. I don't really know about that yet. I never really cared too much about the guy, but I have nothing but respect for him, and I thought that was really cool to see him come back and cut that promo and thank the fans like that. Next match, we had yet another advancement match here, in which Zema Ion got the win here. With this, I didn't really care for his win, honestly, and the match was pretty good too. Okay, we saw some pretty cool stuff here. We see the kicks as well as the baseball slide to the outside by Zema Ion, and as well a really cool twisting springboard by Zema Ion's opponent there, which was really cool there. So, you know, again, we see a lot of new guys looking to make a name for themselves in TNA. And with that being said, Zema Ion advancing into the match, even though I don't really care that much about Zema Ion. Yeah, in the beginning he was a cool guy to me, and I thought, you know, some of his stuff was pretty cool, but as of right now, it mainly has to do with his character and everything that I really don't care too much about Zema Ion. But with this, as of right now, things for the Ultimate X match are shaping up to be a good match so far as of right now. So how exactly is the match? Well, stay tuned for the rest of the review, as I will talk about the Ultimate X match and give my thoughts about that as well. Then the next match, we had another advancement match, but this time this was for the Bound for Glory series to see who will move on and go into Bound for Glory, which Bound for Glory should have been here in North Carolina, but hey, it is what it fucking is. And with this match, I thought this was a great match, and honestly, I thought Kurt Angle was going to get the win here, and there were times that I thought the first time too he was going to get the win, but surprisingly, Samoa Joe did get the win here and actually had Kurt Angle somewhat give up, and I don't think Kurt Angle even tapped out. So with this was a great back and forth match, and I can say this was easily one of the matches of the night and one of my favorite matches of the year, and a potential candidate too as well. And what we did get to see here, pretty much we've seen it all from these two, and these two are two of my favorite wrestlers currently going in for TNA. And we see the running knee here, we see the suicide dive through the second rope here, which is cool. We see the drop kick, we see the headlock, the belly to belly, of course, the usual moves that Kurt Angle does with the triple vertical suplexes here as well. We see the muscle buster a couple of times, and eventually Samoa Joe does get it, and as well we see Samoa Joe eventually making Kurt Angle not able to get to the ropes, and eventually Kurt Angle does get the loss here, and Samoa Joe does advance into the Bound for Glory series. So that was just a flat out great match, and holy shit, I was not really expecting to have Kurt Angle lose that match, and Kurt Angle was my main pick going into this match. But hey, I'm not gonna bitch about it either with Samoa Joe winning. He's also one of my favorites, so definitely when you get those two in the ring, it's going to be something awesome. And these two had a lot of false count finishers, and as well a lot of good back and forth action, and these two really worked well with each other, so you can never get tired of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, especially fighting at it with each other in the singles match. So that was some good stuff there, and Kurt Angle losing this one and Samoa Joe advancing into the Bound for Glory series. Next match again was probably one of my favorite matches of the evening, and I'm talking about, holy shit, that's right, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Even though we've seen this match time and time before in TNA as well, this one was definitely one of my favorite matches to watch for Destination X, and we saw a lot of good back and forth stuff between these two. And in the beginning, Daniels was trying to get out of this match and not have anything to do with AJ Styles, but in the end, of course, both of these two ended up beating the holy hell out of each other, and both of these guys ended up being busted wide open, and these two bloodied up each other, and it was definitely a war between the two. We see the use of a steel chair in this one. We actually see Kazarian trying to help out Daniels in this, but that plan backfires, and we almost saw Daniels put AJ Styles through a table, but in the end, we see AJ Styles, that's right, with probably one of the best Styles clashes ever, as I said on Twitter, and that was fucking awesome. I marked out for that, and that was really a cool spot there by AJ Styles and putting away Christopher Daniels. So I'm not really too sure if this feud is gonna actually end from this point in time and with this Destination X pay-per-view. Only time will tell, and it seems like we've seen this feud last forever, but hey, each and every time these two step at it in the ring, it's pure awesomeness. So that was really cool there to see that match, and definitely, if you haven't checked it out, definitely you guys need to check that out when you can for Destination X. And with that being said, of course, AJ Styles getting the win here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening next with this storyline between the two, and how we saw where AJ was looking to go with Dixie Carter, but now he's helping out Dixie Carter's friend there, and helping her get situated with her drug problems and everything. And now it looks like maybe there might be another twist of that, who the hell knows. But anyway, that match, definitely gotta check that out, and definitely one of my favorite matches of the year so far.